Thank you, Pueblo. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, first of all, let me just thank the two gentlemen that were just on this stage. One of the best senators in the United States Senate, my dear friend, Ken Salazar. Give it up for Ken. And one of the best governors in the United States of America. Give it up for Bill Ritter. Let me also thank Lieutenant Governor Barbara O'Brien, who is here, Secretary and former Mayor of Denver, Federico Pena. And let me thank also State Senator Abel Tapia, who is here. Give it up for State Senator Tapia. I love you back. It is good to be back in Denver. It's good to be in Pueblo. I've got to say that the weather's always perfect when I come here. Now, I'm wondering whether this is me or it's like this all the time. Okay, all right. Well, listen, you know, this morning we woke up to some very serious and troubling news from Wall Street. You know, the situation with Lehman Brothers and other financial institutions is the latest in a wave of crises that are generating enormous uncertainty about the future of our financial markets. This turmoil is a major threat to our economy and its ability to create good-paying jobs all across America and to help working Americans pay their bills and save for their future and make their mortgage payments. Now, today offers more evidence that too many folks in Washington and on Wall Street weren't minding the storm. You know, for 8 years, we've had policies that have shredded consumer protections and loosened oversight and regulation and encouraged outsized bonuses for CEOs while ignoring middle-class Americans. And the result is the most serious financial crisis that we've seen in generations. Now, I certainly don't fault Senator McCain for these problems, but I do fault the economic philosophy that he subscribes to. Let me describe this for you, because it's the same philosophy that we've had for the last 8 years. One that says we should give more and more to those with the most. And hope that prosperity trickles down to everyone else. How many people have felt prosperity trickling down here in Pueblo? It's a philosophy that says no to even common sense regulations. Ones that say that we should just stick our heads in the sand and ignore economic problems until they spiral into crisis. Well, now instead of prosperity trickling down, the pain's trickled up. From the struggles of hardworking Americans on Main Street to the largest firms on Wall Street. And it's not that I think John McCain doesn't care what's going on in the lives of most Americans. I just think he doesn't know. I don't think John McCain gets what's happening between the mountain in Sedona where he lives and the corridors of power in Washington where he works. Because if he did get it, he would have different policies. Why else would he say that we've made great progress economically under George Bush? I mean, that's not what somebody who gets it would say. Why else would he say that the economy isn't something he understands as well as he should? Why else would he say today, of all days, he said this just this morning, that the fundamentals of the economy are still strong? Now, Senator McCain, what economy are you talking about? Because, Pueblo, I don't know about you, but I don't think there's anything more fundamental than the ability to find a job that pays the bills. What's more fundamental than knowing that your life savings is secure and that you can retire with dignity and respect? What's more fundamental than knowing that you'll have a roof over your head at the end of the day? What's more fundamental than making sure that you can send your child to college and that they can live out their American dream? There's nothing more fundamental than that. That's the measure of whether the economy is strong. Now, Pueblo, I just want you to know, a few hours later, after he said this morning he had said this, economy fundamentals are still strong. A few hours later, John McCain's campaign sent him back out to clean up these remarks because they thought, well, maybe that's not going to work out too well. So he explained that what he really meant to say was that American workers are strong. Now, come on, Senator McCain. We know what you meant when you said it the first time because you've said it before. You said it just a few weeks ago. And your chief economic advisor, the man who wrote your economic plan, said that we are in a, quote, mental recession, that this is all in our heads, that we're a nation of whiners. That's what he called you, a nation of whiners. This is the guy who's been advising McCain's campaign and who, by the way, was the head of the banking committee and helped usher in some of the deregulation on Wall Street. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. When Senator McCain says that American workers are the backbone of our economy and that they aren't getting a fair shake from Washington, he'll get no argument from me. In fact, my attitude is it's about time that he figured that out. Because I've been making the case